Number 1. Distinguishing between the two. Congo countries. Congo consistently tops lists of the planet's most unspoiled and potentially rich lands, yet the truth about it is often misunderstood. The key is to clearly distinguish between the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Republic of Congo, as they are two countries with completely different colonial histories and political systems. The Democratic Republic of Congo is an African giant with 115 million inhabitants and an area far exceeding that of all EU countries combined. To put it into perspective, it's 2.5 times the size of Texas and possesses the world's largest cobalt reserves, the core of modern electric vehicle batteries. However, this name is often confused with its neighbor, the Republic of Congo, on the other side of the river. The capitals Kinshasa and Brazzaville form a peculiar pair, being the closest capitals in the world, separated by only 1.6 kilometers. This section of the Congo River flows swiftly, making travel by small boat sometimes difficult, but a bridge would allow crossing to the neighboring country in about 15 minutes on foot. Share your thoughts below and don't miss our next installment exploring the Mangbetu people's tradition of head binding to create elongated skulls in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Number 2. The strange head-binding custom in Congo. In northeastern Congo, the Mangbetu people once practiced lipombo, a technique of tightly wrapping the heads of newborns to lengthen their skulls. Beyond its aesthetic significance, this was also a symbol of political status, as only children of chieftain lineage underwent this procedure. In fact, the elongated skull clearly distinguished the ruling class from commoners in the ancient Mangbetu social system. The arrival of European explorers in the late 19th century shocked the Western world, as they had never seen anything similar. This process utilizes the flexibility of the fontanelle and the still-open cranial sutures to persistently reshape the skeletal structure throughout the early years of a child's life. To add to the striking effect, Mangbetu women created a distinctive funnel-shaped hairstyle called emanzamba. They skillfully wrapped their hair around a basket-like frame made of plant fibers and secured it with pins made from animal bones or ivory to create a dignified appearance and draw absolute attention to their high foreheads. Although this practice was banned by the Belgian colonial authorities and gradually disappeared from the 1950s onwards, the collections at the Royal Central African Museum in Tervuren still preserve original artifacts and images from this period. These historical records document an aesthetic standard that once shaped the distinct identity of the inhabitants of the Congo River basin. Number 3. A bizarre wedding in Congo. Eastern Congo is home to an unusual marriage event. 32-year-old Louiso simultaneously married triplets Natasha, Natalie, and Nadaga in the Kalehe region of South Kivu province. Although Congolese family law recognizes polygamy, the event faced opposition from relatives due to its unprecedented nature. What began as affection for one of the sisters eventually led to all three proposing marriage simultaneously, having sworn eternal fidelity. Louiso accepted, believing it was his duty to protect the blood ties between the three women. Facing three identical wives made his life a fascinating and intriguing puzzle for outsiders. Meanwhile, some ethnic groups in Congo still maintain their wedding rituals with utmost solemnity. Throughout the ceremony and filming, neither the bride nor the groom are allowed to smile, as the belief is that marriage is a matter of survival and involves immense pressure between the two families, not simply a personal joy. Locals believe that a smile is a sign of superficiality, or indicates the couple doesn't fully understand the burden of the lobola dowry that the groom's family has to pay. A somber expression helps them affirm their maturity and sense of responsibility in the face of heavy economic and lineage commitments. However, this is a unique cultural characteristic of some traditional communities and does not represent the lifestyle in large cities like Kinshasa. Number 4. The shortest tribe on the planet. In the heart of the tropical rainforest, pygmy communities like the Mbuti and Efe typically have an average height of only 1.45 meters. This is a result of a deficiency in the growth hormone IGF-1, which prioritizes energy for fighting disease over height growth. Their compact size is ideal for navigating dense vegetation and allows for faster heat dissipation in environments with humidity levels as high as 90%. Their modest stature doesn't prevent them from becoming legendary jungle warriors with exceptional prey-locating abilities. They can distinguish the scent of individual primates from tens of meters away and hear even the slightest leaf vibrations, a vital survival skill that enables them to hunt effectively with poisoned arrows. Pygmy villages typically consist of family clusters of 10 huts constructed from mongongo leaves and flexible, waterproof wooden frames. These huts always face the center of the circle where the elders live, ensuring that all members can hear instructions and maintain the close connection of a semi-nomadic society. A particularly striking biological difference is their rapid life cycle, with women reaching puberty at age 8 and becoming mothers at age 10. This is an adaptation to their relatively short average lifespan, ranging from 18 to 24 years, thus shortening the maturation period to ensure the continuation of the next generation before natural disasters strike. Pygmy society values monogamy and operates on the principle of absolute fairness in labor. Whether it's wild honey or hunted meat, it's divided according to contribution, as they believe laziness directly threatens the survival of the entire group. This fairness helps them maintain a peaceful community without the need for complex legal structures. Are you amazed by the resilience of these tiny creatures? If so, don't forget to leave a 2 in the comments so we can continue the discussion. Number 5. La Sape community. In Kinshasa, you'll be amazed to see the La Sape community's sapeurs showcasing luxurious attire amidst poverty. They wear designs from renowned fashion houses like Versace or handcrafted shoes from J.M. Weston, despite their meager incomes as taxi drivers or tailors. These individuals accept living in dilapidated houses without electricity or running water to save money for a perfect appearance, believing that clothing is a statement of dignity untouchable by poverty. The movement's origins date back to the 1920s, when Congolese soldiers returning from Paris after World War I brought with them new European aesthetic standards. Wearing finely tailored clothing wasn't just imitation, it was a rejection of the tattered clothes or labor uniforms imposed by the French and Belgian colonialists. It was a visual revolution aimed at reclaiming control over individual identity during a period of colonial rule. This resistance became most evident during President Mobutu Sese Seko's authenticité policy, when he completely banned Western clothing. While the state forced people to wear abacostumes, high-collared shirts without ties, sapologists secretly wore suits to challenge political authority. This action transformed fashion into the most powerful non-verbal weapon in the struggle for cultural diversity. The core of sapology was not simply ostentation, but also lay in 10 strict commandments regarding the demeanor of a true gentleman. A model sapologist had to maintain impeccable personal hygiene and always remain calm in any conflict situation. They considered swearing or rude behavior a failure of aesthetic sense, as beautiful attire must always be accompanied by a chivalrous spirit and civilized conduct. In a land scarred by war, the sapeurs stand as ambassadors of peace and creativity. Instead of weapons, they employ the rule of 3 colors, a rule never to combine more than 3 colors in an outfit, to challenge their rivals in artistic duels. These street performances are not just about who dresses better, but a way for them to celebrate life and hope amidst the nation's overwhelming difficulties. Number 6. The harsh, unwritten law in Congo. There is a supreme law in Congo, but you won't find it in the Constitution. Article 15. This is a survival adage, a message to fend for yourself, supposedly stemming from a speech by the late President Mobutu, who implied that people should find ways to survive on their own rather than relying on government salaries. This mindset exploded in the 1980s when the government apparatus was almost paralyzed in providing essential public services. Over time, it forged problem-solving experts known as articleurs, individuals capable of creating value from shortages and transforming system gaps into livelihood opportunities. A clear example of this innovation is the emergence of mobile charging stations using old car batteries charged by imported solar panels. These small businesses not only provide energy, but also serve as telecommunications hubs in the slums, helping millions of residents stay connected despite the lack of a national power grid. As a result, the informal economy is dominating the labor market and providing livelihoods for a large portion of the population through specialized jobs such as transporting goods in homemade chikudu wooden carts or recycling electronic waste components. The fact that residents pay for each other's services demonstrates that personal flexibility and community support networks are the true economic pillars that help them overcome adversity without government intervention. Number 7. Giant robot police in Congo. Traffic police in Kinshasa frequently stop vehicles and demand bribes due to their low salaries, prompting authorities to seek technological alternatives. Currently, around 20 giant robots built by the local company Women's Technology are performing traffic control duties in place of humans. These aluminum machines operate continuously thanks to solar panels integrated into their helmets, making them completely self-sufficient throughout the day. Integrated loudspeakers broadcast commands in both French and Lingala, the most common languages in the capital, ensuring all drivers understand the instructions. The robots use motion sensors combined with 360-degree cameras to record license plates and send the data to the central traffic management system to create accurate electronic violation records. The biggest difference lies in their integrity, as the machines never accept bribes like corrupt officers often do. The people of Kinshasa feel safer interacting with these steel police because they never act arrogantly, and all penalty decisions are based on objective technical evidence rather than personal feelings. Thanks to the presence of these machines, the rate of violations has decreased significantly at key intersections such as Lumumba Boulevard. Although vandalism, the act of vandalism to steal electronic components, still occurs, this project is becoming a symbol of digitalization and anti-corruption efforts in Central Africa. Number 8. Culinary secrets from the Congo River basin. The cuisine of the Congo River basin will surely surprise you with the replacement of metal pots with the liboke technique. This method utilizes the abundant supply of banana leaves from the surrounding rainforests, transforming them into cooking utensils that are excellent at withstanding heat and retaining moisture. This traditional technique requires the cook to tightly wrap the ingredients in multiple layers of leaves before steaming. In fact, banana leaves contain natural polyphenols, which provide aroma and antioxidant properties, giving the food a delicate herbal fragrance while preserving its freshness in the hot and humid climate of Central Africa. The preparation process is a ritual requiring skill to ensure the edges of the leaves are tightly sealed, allowing the steam pressure inside to cook the food evenly without the need for oil or fat. When you open the leaf wrapper of liboke de poisson, a local steamed fish dish, the explosion of flavors from pili peppers combined with various forest roots creates a completely different experience compared to any Western cooking method. Number 9. The The strange eating habits of the Aka tribe. Congolese culinary culture has very strict rules, with diners primarily using their hands to enjoy food after thoroughly washing themselves. For dishes like fufu, diners must use their right hand to take a small amount, roll it into a ball, and then dip it into the rich sauces. Meals here are highly communal, reflecting solidarity and gratitude. A pygmy proverb reminds us that once you've been given yams in your basket, you shouldn't covet honey elsewhere. The Aka tribe's division of labor is also unique, with men typically handling cooking and childcare, while women are primarily involved in hunting. The pygmy people also observe strict dietary restrictions for pregnant parents to protect their infants. They abstain from meat to avoid skin diseases and don't eat liver to protect the baby's spleen, while also removing animal brains and spinal cords to prevent ear infections. Number 10. Christmas, a massive celebration of togetherness. Christmas in Congo is a pure experience, where all the noisy shopping is set aside. Instead of exchanging personal gifts, parishioners perform a ritual of bringing agricultural products or necessities to the altar area, as a way of sharing their blessings with those less fortunate right at the place of worship. The Christmas Eve atmosphere is always vibrant with drums and choral melodies that last throughout the night. Dramatic performances often reenact biblical stories localized in Lingala or Swahili, and all this singing and dancing only pauses to prepare for the main ceremony at 9 a.m. the following day. Dressing up on this day signifies respect for the faith, so everyone wears their finest clothes. Women often wear liputa, a brightly patterned fabric skillfully wrapped into elaborate dresses, as they believe that traditional attire is the best way to express their dignity. The family feast that follows is the centerpiece of the celebration, featuring main courses of chicken and pork. These foods are considered symbols of abundance because the cost of raising and preserving fresh meat in this tropical climate is often very high. So serving guests these dishes is the clearest evidence of prosperity. With over 95% of the population being Christian, this holiday is truly a massive spiritual gathering. The absence of commercial symbols like Santa Claus or store sales allows people to focus entirely on strengthening social relationships through communal prayer. Number 11. Discover the soul of Central African music. The following facts will help us touch the soul of Congolese culture. This country is renowned worldwide for its music, and its most representative example is the captivating Congolese rumba. Considered the heartbeat of the nation, this genre was officially recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2021. Rumba melodies are present in every aspect of life and play a leading role in events from weddings and funerals to gatherings of friends. Even if you may never have heard of the local artists, the influence of rumba has spread far beyond borders, reaching the Caribbean, North America, and France. One of the unique aspects of this music is the artist's ability to use language flexibly. They can seamlessly switch between French and English, along with indigenous languages such as Lingala or Swahili, within the same piece of music. For the people, music is not just a tool for entertainment, but also a way of life deeply intertwined with their national identity. In the capital city of Kinshasa, this melody resonates everywhere, bringing people together through impromptu dances regardless of differences in status or origin. Number 12. Sidewalk radio. The most powerful source of information in Congo is radio trottoir, also known as street radio. This word-of-mouth communication network operates based on conversations at bus stops and market stalls, and it is considered a form of community journalism that spreads faster than the internet. The credibility of street radio stems from the frequent political censorship imposed on state-run television. This system operates on a unique logic. The more the government tries to refute a piece of information, the more credible that rumor becomes in the eyes of the public. This word-of-mouth system also reflects the psychological instability in the face of globalized forces. In 2012, public opinion in Kinshasa was shaken by rumors that Huawei divers had captured the water goddess Mami Wata while installing a high-speed fiber optic cable under the Congo River. The transformation of Mami Wata from a goddess of wealth bestowed in Central and West African folklore into a grotesque, chained creature carries a subtle political message. This detail demonstrates resistance to foreign land grabbing and concern about the erosion of indigenous identity by rapid modernization before they have had a chance to adapt. Number 13. Taboos in communication in Congo. In Congo, shaking hands is not simply a greeting, but a significant ritual expressing respect. You must use your right hand, and you can use your left hand to support the right forearm for added formality. Men also have a distinctive habit of touching foreheads when greeting to affirm a connection. Rules regarding the order of interaction are also clearly defined, with men and children waiting for women or older people to initiate the handshake. Furthermore, it's very common to see people of the same gender holding hands while walking down the street, as this is a pure symbol of close friendship. Body language also requires subtlety. You should absolutely never point your index finger at someone, as this is considered impolite. Instead, open your palm upwards to indicate direction, or turn your hand downwards to beckon someone closer. Children are also taught very carefully to use both hands when receiving objects as a sign of politeness and gratitude. Number 14. Kinshasa, Africa's futuristic megacity. Most people still consider Paris the capital of the French language, but in reality, Kinshasa has officially overtaken it with its astonishing population growth. Currently, the city boasts over 17 million inhabitants and is projected to become Africa's largest megacity by 2050. This makes Congo a strategic focal point for the survival and development of the French language on a global scale in the 21st century. The language in the capital is a vibrant entity, blending French with Lingala to create the Kindoubil variant, a distinctive street slang. This blending is part of a survival strategy under Article 15, facilitating easier trade among the population. The transformation of academic grammatical structures into more direct and vivid language has helped the language accurately reflect the fast-paced and harsh realities of life in Kinshasa. Kinshasa currently serves as a creative hub for the entire Francophone community through its contemporary music and art movements. This influence is most evident in the popularity of Congolese vocabulary in Parisian rap music and the rise of Congolese folk painting at major European exhibitions. These intellectual products are redefining modern Francophone cultural identity and connecting continents with a powerful and uninhibited artistic force. Number 15. Bonobo, a symbol of peace in Central Africa. Congo is the only country home to the bonobo, a species of ape that is the closest relative of humankind, sharing a genetic code of 98.7%. This unique DNA connection makes them a crucial subject for studying the origins and evolutionary history of humans. Their distinguishing feature lies in their matriarchal social structure, where females hold power instead of males. Instead of resorting to violence like chimpanzees, bonobos prioritize comforting and bonding actions to diffuse tensions from the outset. They possess superior emotional intelligence and a naturally generous nature. Their willingness to share and proactively provide food demonstrates the remarkably stable social psychology of this primate species. The Lolaya Bonobo Center in Kinshasa is currently a vital conservation and research center focusing on the similarities between humans and this gentle ape. However, their survival is seriously threatened by illegal hunting and the shrinking area of tropical rainforests. Congo is truly a land of contrasts and vibrant energy. Hopefully, today's exploration has given you a more authentic and insightful perspective on this country. If you found this video helpful, please like and share to support our production team. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to join us in exploring hidden corners and real-life stories from around the world. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.